five men fragrances in my collection that have the word night in the title that will help you rule the night. Now, these aren't the best fragrances for night or the sexiest fragrances for night. These are just 5 fragrances from my collection that have the word night in the title that, again, I think you should know about. So meet me on the other side of this intro, and I'm going to tell you what 5 fragrances in my collection that I think you should know about that's going to help you win the night. See you in a second. Allow me to reintroduce myself. That's right, it is your boy Trey Sense, back with another video for you. You already know by the title and the thumbnail, these are 5 fragrances from my collection that have the word night in the title. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that these are the best fragrances for night or that these are date night or anything like that. They just have night in the title. Simple, plain. Now, they are good, and I think they do go well in the night. I think they will go well in the nighttime environment. Now, before we get into this video, you already know I need a few things from you. I need you to show your boy some support if you want to support this channel by liking this video, sharing this video, and most importantly, subbing to the channel. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into it. I'm gonna get the most, I didn't realize I have 2 from this house until just this very second. Let's get the most popular one, or one of the most popular one out of this 5 anyway. And it's from the House of Azzaro. And it is Wanted by Night. And this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I like it. Compliment getter. It's warm. It's inviting. It's cozy. It's a little bit boozy. I think it's a very sexy and almost a sophisticated type fragrance. I do plan on adding Most Wanted and Most Wanted Parfums. As a matter of fact, if I were to go buy 2 fragrances today, those may be the 2 that I buy. But I absolutely like this fragrance. I like it a lot. I think it's a stellar fragrance. Performs really well. I do. I like that. Smooth, boozy, and a compliment getter. I don't think there's been a time that I've worn Azzaro's Wanted by Night and not gotten an unsolicited compliments. And this was floating around the rag stores around Christmas and at the end of the year, and it may still be in there. And if so, it's normally around 49 bucks. If not, you can get it online for about that price in 100 ml, and it is definitely worth that. Really good juice here. Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Now, one that you may not have heard a lot of or a lot about, and it's from the House of Hollister, and it is Festival Nights. And I know this one is floating around the rag stores. I want to say I've seen this one at TJ Maxx. I picked mine up at Burke's Outlet. I know I've seen it at Burke's Outlet as well. And this one is it's a little bit aquatic, a little bit watery, but it has that modern sweetness in it that you get from fragrances like Baccarat Rouge 540. You know, it not as syrupy sweet or sickening sweet as some of those fragrances can be. But nonetheless, it is a great fragrance to wear in the evening time. It has a nice, cool, calm, chilling effect to it. I've got fragrances everywhere, so I don't want to just spray. And this was also my scent of the evening, my scent of the night. I wore this to work and definitely received the compliments. I had a younger gentleman ask me, what kind of cologne is that you got on? And I was, talking to him about it. I said, why does it stink? He said, no, it smells good. And this is what it was. And again, it's definitely, and the thing about these fragrances is I have found, this is just my opinion, fragrances that have the word black in the name or night in the name are generally, from my experience, fragrances that are better suited for cooler weather. Now, again, I'm of the belief that you can wear a fragrance whenever you want to, however you want to, whatever. But this is definitely one that I think you could pick up and definitely go summer, spring, into fall and winter with it. I wouldn't necessarily wear it on the coldest days, but would definitely reach for it and spray it on early fall, even early winter. You know, again, I wouldn't wear this on a day where the temperature is going to be 25, 30 degrees for the high. But typical winter day here in Alabama, 55, 60 degrees, yes, would wear this all day long. And again, Festival Night, I think, is a good name for it. I could definitely see somebody wearing this, chilling on the beach at night, with, around the bonfire, drinking a couple of Michelob Ultras, or Michelob Lime, Bud Light Lime, whatever you drink. You know, sitting around drinking a couple of cold ones, just enjoying the sound of the ocean coming in, or if we, like we do it here in the country, sit around the river or just out in the backyard. I could easily see this being the type of fragrance that was worn to that type of event. Again, a little bit warm, a little bit sweet, a little bit woody, and a lot of aquatic. Festival Night. This next one is another one from the house of Azzaro, and this is a very overlooked fragrance, and it is Azzaro's Nighttime Per Home, and that's where the levels are. Now, I picked this up on the Humbug, really low, really cheap. $18, $19 is what I paid for it, but I've seen it as high as $30 or $40 in the rag stores. I would not pay that. Give it a minute here. Now, this one it's a really good fragrance. It's got a bright but bitter grapefruit type of note to it. It is definitely bright, but it is a little bit bitter at the same time, and I like it. Definitely a fragrance that I would wear at night. And again, you can wear any of these anytime that you want to. I would also wear this one in the hottest part of the day as well. I think it's the grapefruit in it. The citrus in it is just nice and bright and bitter all at the same time. I remember the first time I wore this, I went into a gas station and a young lady was in there sniffing. And she was like, "Ooh, you smell good. Come back and see me later on." And I was just like, "Yeah, okay." But nonetheless, this was the fragrance that I had on, and it is Azzaro's Nighttime Per Home. And again, I still think it's a fairly inexpensive fragrance. I just haven't seen it at the rag stores in quite some time. Yes, bright, fruity, very playful. It almost acts like it wants to go just a little bit musky, but then it doesn't. Stays very bitter and bright at the same time. If you smell this, then you know what I mean by bright and bitter at the same time. But nonetheless, beautiful little fragrance from the house of Azzaro. It is Nighttime Per Home. I think this one may have been released a little bit ahead of its time. I think if this fragrance came out now and was released in 2022, I think it would have a little bit more fanfare. Yeah, because it's a little bit different. And this is one of those, again, that comes off of your skin and gets in the air. And I think people will be pleasantly surprised with it and tell you that you smell really good. It's different. It's different. It's not your run-of-the-mill type of scent. But I like it. And the more it dries down, the fruit and the playfulness comes to the top of it. I like it. Azzaro's Nighttime Per Home. This is one you guys need to check out. Check on Fragrantica and places like that, Fragrance X, and see if Fragrance Net, places like that, and see what the price on it is. And if you can get this one for $20, $25, I think you would be pleasantly pleased with it. Yeah, from the house of Azzaro. And it is Azzaro Nighttime Per Home. Okay, I got two more. This next one is from a house that I really, really like a lot. And this fragrance does not get a lot of talk, a lot of play, a lot of anything. And it is from the house of Perry Ellis, and it is Perry Ellis Night. As I try to find a place to spray this bad boy on. Oh, there we go. Great atomizer. Typical Perry Ellis bottle design. Ooh, that smells good. Perry Ellis Spirited. Perry Ellis Platinum is in this bottle. Perry Ellis, I think that's Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis is in this bottle. Now, what you're going to get again, I'm going to use this word, bitter. Blood orange, but it dries down to a smooth, almost woody, creamy blood orange. And the dry down on this is really, really nice. It really is. It's one that I think a lot of you guys would like if you gave it an honest try and an honest wearing. This one is a very inexpensive fragrance. I picked it up for about this size bottle, which is a 50 ml, for maybe about 20 bucks or so. I've had it forever. I mean, I've had this bottle, this is 2022, at least 7 or 8 years, 8, 9 years. I've had it a long time. But again, definitely a fragrance that you can wear at night, but don't let the word night fool you. It's one that you can, any of these are fragrances that you can pick up and wear anytime that you like. Night just happens to be in the name. I wouldn't necessarily typically classify this as a nighttime fragrance, but it does smell really good, playful, inviting. I love the blood orange in it. It just, I love citruses and fragrances anyway. To me, they just pop. They do well off of my skin and down here in this Alabama heat. Of course, most of my fragrances are going to be geared toward being able to wear them in warmer weather because it's warm here most of the year. So that's what I like. And I have a lot of fragrances, and this is one that doesn't get that love and talk. That blood orange note in it is really nice. Pick him up, give him a try. Perry Ellis Night. And last but not least, how we gonna have a list without Hugo Boss? That's right. Boss Bottled Night from Hugo Boss. And when I first got this one, I was a little bit confused by it. I didn't understand why they named it a nighttime fragrance, because I was like, it's nothing really nighttime about this fragrance. And again, you get some sort of, I don't know what it is about a nighttime fragrance, you get some sort of bitter citrus right off the top. I gotta put that in a better spot. Hold on, give me just a second, let me respray. Put it right there. I hope it wasn't anything on my hand, but I ain't gonna be able to keep smelling right there. Okay, as Sam would say, yo man, yo, that's good, Trey, yo, listen. But it's good. It's really good. It's got a clean effect to it. Very casual, very laid back. I can definitely see this one being worn at night. Now, when I first got it, I was like, no, I don't get the nighttime. I don't understand where they're going with that fragrance. But I've had it almost 2 years now, and the more time you spend with the fragrance, you kind of try to, at least I do, kind of try to see whether the perfumer was going and what the company was thinking and why they came up with that name or whatever. This is a cuddle scent. Now again, it leans towards warmer weather to me. Nighttime, daytime, evening time. Very soft, subtle projector, but it dries down to a very nice, well blended, smooth fragrance. Almost wants to go blue. My nose, my senses pick up on a little bit of leather in there, but not an overpowering leather or an old type of leather. Maybe just a hint of it, and very, very masculine. even though it's a soft projecting fragrance that doesn't perform extremely well, but this is one of those that I would wear this on a date. Say if I had a little audition I was going on, this is one that I would definitely be proud to pull out and wear. And I saw a 200 ml bottle of this at Marshall's right after the holidays for the low. I should have bought it and tried to resell it, or bought it, kept that one and tried to resell this one. But I mean, it was out of box, 200 ml. I want to say it was $29. But again, it did not have a box with it or anything, but still it was a great price. But I was just like, I already have it, so there's no point in buying it, because I paid like $45 for this one. I want to say it was $39 for this 50 ml. Hugo Boss products can be expensive, especially if it's ones, if it's fragrances that you don't normally see a lot of. It can get expensive. Oh, is that right? Maybe I did pay $49.99 for this. It's possible. It's possible. But nonetheless, what you have here is just a nice, smooth, leathery, citrusy, almost like it wants to turn and go towards a violet leaf type of fragrance. But nonetheless, I enjoy it. Oh man, that smells really, really good. Again, it's a soft, subtle projector, but isn't that just a cute little bottle? This bottled line from Hugo Boss is really, really good. Yeah, I wouldn't try to dress this up though, even though you could, I wouldn't. I would keep it extremely casual with this one. This is one of those come close, inviting type of scents. One last time from the house of Hugo Boss. It is Boss Bottled Nights. Really enjoyable little fragrance. Man, listen guys, I really appreciate y'all returning to the scene of the crime, coming by to see what I'm talking about. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Man, greatly appreciated. Really, really appreciate you guys. Now, with that being said, you already know your boy's getting a little sleepy. Got to get off of here, because I got to be at the eye doctor first thing in the morning. Keep your boy in your prayers. Yeah, got to get off of here, thumbnail it, edit it, get it up so you guys can see it. Yes, so you guys can see it now. Thank you for always being the best part of this channel and returning to the scene of the crime. Now, I gotta go. So, I love you all and God bless you all. Till next time, guys. Peace.